Hello and welcome everyone. Today, talking about Dead Island 2. I'm Trogan and this is Trogan Gaming. Now, Dead Island 2 is a game that I have very much enjoyed. Um, I have completed two playthroughs and I'm nearly completed a third playthrough. I've played as Danny, Ryan, and now I'm playing as Amy. Um, the playstyles of the Slayers offer a very much unique playstyle. Like they're not the same. So I find Denny maybe a good in between Slayer, where she's not a tank, but she can take X amount of damage or a good amount of damage, but you've got to keep blocking. You got to be good at blocking, and she can dish out some heavy hits and hit fast. Whereas is Ryan can take lots of damage. He's not as fast, but if you time it well, you block well, and then you attack. You get some good. You do a mix of fast attacks and heavy attacks. Heavy attacks are probably good with Ryan. And now I'm playing as Amy. Now I'm having some fun with Amy. Amy is a character that is fast, made fast. You can put the block card on, but I think it's encouraged to use the dashing card with Amy. And again, like blocking, you time it well. You get good at dashing. You you dash. You do fast attacks. You can do heavy attacks too. You just hold down R2 and heavy attacks work, but she's made for those fast slashing attacks. And then you time it, you do a heavy attack, and then you do more fast. Um, you time it well against a crusher. You jump every time a crusher slams the ground, so you're in the air when they slam. You're safe. You time it well as a crusher's about to attack you. You dash. You stun the crusher. You get a few. You get like one heavy attack on it and a few fast hits, and you keep doing. They die. They're pretty easy. Um, Playing as Danny and Ryan, and they're pretty similar. On my third playthrough, when I played as Amy, I'm glad to say that playing as Amy was a good move because, okay, it's my third playthrough. I've played, I've done everything twice. I didn't feel like it was too stale though. It was still sort of a fresh experience where I was playing as a character that offered a different play style and it was fun. It wasn't boring. Um, so the replayability in Dead Island 2 is actually pretty good. Um, I now after my third playthrough, I am actually going to take a break from Dead Island 2. I've very much enjoyed it. I've played it for now. A part of that too is I want to play other games, but I do feel like okay, I've played it now. I can have a break and I'll come back to it. Um, I'm proud to say that I earned the platinum. I earned the platinum in this game. So I've 100% Dead Island 2, got the platinum, and good. That's lovely. The story in Dead Island 2, I describe it as like a GTA esque story, and you've got characters similar to what GTA have, like Ricky, one character. He plays in a band. Gods of Whiskey. Um, and he's got a, I can't remember her name, but his partner or girlfriend, um, they basically are just having good times in the apocalypse, and like your character says a line like as she walks away from their house, like to do a quest that they give her, or give them. Um, I don't know how you guys have made it this far, because basically they're just having a good time. They're drinking a lot. They're having a bit of hushmakundi, and yeah. So, but no, they're great characters. And like Ricky, when you first see him, and for the duration of the game, he doesn't change his outfit. He's wearing women's underwear and just like an open jacket or vest or something. Like he just he doesn't care. It's like oh yeah, just put these on, just chill out. Probably smoking weed or something. Like in the game, throughout the game, going into houses and everything, the amount of bongs you see just sitting on like a table or a bench. Yeah. um, so yeah, no, I had a blast. It was a great story, good characters, GTA esque story, like characters and quests. I enjoyed how the game was linear, how it had a more of a linear approach, and like it was I suppose open world, but open world in a area in a saying of there's there was areas, and those areas are open, but it's not a complete open world. But I enjoy that because you can go to an area, you just sort of play around in that area, and then if you're someone that likes to collect everything and 100% different things, you could then just focus on that area, get it completed, and move on to the next. Um, the side quests in Dead Island 2 are a good addition. Like they're fun. They're not like long ass side quests. They're not like too short and ridiculous. They're fun. They add on. They fit well. Um, and then you've got lost and found quests. So um, you find them. You talk to different characters, or you might find notes or journal entries, or the other way is, well, later on in the game you find a you find a lost and found board, and you get a few lost and found quests off that. There's 9 in total in the game. Spoiler alert. I don't know, but um, from the lost and found quests, they are worth doing. Some more than others. You get some real good items. Some being legendary items, like weapons, so that they can be really good, worth doing. And with the lost and found quests, the way to do them is you actually have to get up your it's not pause menu, but not pause menu, but I don't know, but you get to get up your journal anyway, and you actually go into the journal entry of the lost and found quests that you found, and you actually have to skim through. The game has highlighted specific sections of the journal if you just want to like fast go through it and see the highlight, and then go to where it says to go to complete the quest. But you can actually read the whole journal and go, okay, yep, it's about this, it's going to be at this location. I'll go here, see what there is. You see what there is at that location. You might complete it there, or there might be more to it. They're not too lengthy, the lost and found quests, but they're not like they're not like short as and just like you get the quest and then you're done. So they're not ridiculous, but I reckon they're a good size. Like A bit of fun, a good addition again. Um, Probably the most challenging enemy I encountered on my playthroughs of Dead Island 2. Sorry. I mean, it's all about rhythm, and you learn how to like counter the enemy, and I learned quite well. And it's not too difficult to do that. But butchers, butchers are always a challenge. I They get easier when you learn them, of course, like anything in any game. But like you see a butcher and you're like, oh, bloody butcher, and then there's a normal butcher, which is just butcher, and then there's vicious butcher, and the butchers can heal, but normal butchers will go to a body and feed on the body and heal. Vicious butchers, they can be attacking you, and then if you gotta try and be fast enough to dash or block in good timing, and then keep attacking. What vicious butchers will do if they have a window, instead of maybe attacking, if you're not fast enough, they will then start on the spot right in front of you. Like they don't need to go anywhere. They will start to like it's like they're eating their, or it's like they're pulling, they're sort of biting the shrapnel of their arm, and they're pulling it out. Like say you've attacked them and something's gone in there, and they sort of heal themselves. They go like that, and they heal themselves, and that can be annoying. You get around butchers healing themselves. It's just annoying. Like they heal. Keep you gotta keep doing damage, and the fight goes on. But it's a bit of a fun challenge to do. That is probably the most challenging challenge in the game, or most challenging fight in the game with a vicious butcher. I when I first started the game, and I first came across a crusher, which a crusher is like a big as zombie dude, and they're slow but they're powerful. I'm like, oh god, this is scary. But now, if like probably on the later half of my first playthrough, I ended up really getting comfortable with crushers, and then on my second and on my third, when I see a crusher now, I'm just like going in there heads on, defeating the crusher. Like once you learn the rhythm of the crusher, and how you time your blocks and your dashes well, and your attacks well, your jumps, crushers are easy. But you can learn a butcher and a vicious butcher well, and their attacks, and you can get with the timing, but they can still get you off guard. So butchers, you've always got to be on your guard about, but they're about the only one. There's Firestorm. Is it Slobber? No. Bloaters. Firestorm bloater, and just normal bloater, and like an acid bloater or something. A normal bloater is just a big, slow dude that they're pretty easy. A firestorm spits out fire. They get annoying. The acid one is about the same, and they just spit out acid. And there's another one too. I forget, but they sort of like spit out this thing that goes on the ground, and if you get close to it, it explodes. That does a bit of damage. I find with Amy they're easy. You just like keep dashing. You get behind the bloater. If I'm saying it right, I think it's bloater. Anyway, it's a big fat one. And you just like get a couple of hits on the back. It will try and turn around to attack you. You just dash on the other side, attack, get a few more attacks on the back, and if you've got a good weapon, it doesn't take too long and you kill it. But on the ones that, like, if you've just got block on and you're not going to be as fast, you're not going to dash, they can get a bit annoying. You just got to like time your blocks, and so you stun it a bit more, jump away, try and get behind it. But yeah, it's doable. It's not too much of a challenge like Butchers and Fisher's Butchers. They're the biggest challenge. How many areas are there? Oh, I forget now. God, I think there's like 10. Don't quote me on that, but there are some good areas. Yeah. And I won't talk much about the ending, but it's a good ending and it finishes well, and you'll be excited for more. Let's just say that. But I don't want to. This isn't about spoiling anything. This is about appreciating a game, and if you want to try it out. Hopefully, if you're thinking about it, this might help you go, oh, yeah, I'm trying it out. If not, that's fine. But yeah, so oh no, I've very much enjoyed the game, and I'll keep playing it. I bought, it was a gold edition, I think it was. I don't know, but I've got like the season pass or something like that. So there's 2 DLCs or expansion packs coming. I think one's later this year, 2023, and one's in 2024. But don't quote me on that. I'm excited for those expansion packs. They should be good. I'm excited to see where the story goes from the ending. The ending was really good. And yeah, it'd be good to see what the expansion packs, where they go, and if there's a Dead Island 3, or if there's just going to be more expansion packs after the initial 2 that they've already completed. I think they're completed, or maybe they're just doing the finishing touches and they're just releasing them after a time where, after a reasonable time where people that want to play Dead Island 2 will play it and experience it at least once. I think maybe it's that, by the sounds of it, by the feels of it. But yeah, so that should be good. So apart from Danny, Ryan, and Amy, you've got Bruno. I forget his name. You got one more. You got another guy, and you've got Carla. So there's 6 Slayers. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so 6 Slayers. I think if I do a 4th playthrough, I might try Carla next. Bruno seems similar to Amy, but I think from looking at him, he can take more hits than Amy. Amy's the one that can take the least hits, and there's emphasis on being fast, quick, and real dash. I think, by the sounds of it, by what I know already. Jacob's the other there. So Jacob, Bruno, and Carla are the 3 I haven't played as yet. Jacob is very much a tank. He can take lots of hits, do some good damage. If you're not really used to these sort of games, you want to give Dead Island 2 a go, I would recommend Jacob. Otherwise, Ryan. They're probably for your first playthrough, if you're a bit hesitant, you're thinking, oh, you don't know how you'll go, you're worried that you might not be able to get through certain bits, go Jacob or Ryan. Like, you probably have a good time. It won't be too hard or too challenging. And you'll be able to have fun and sort of see what the game is for the game and enjoy it. And then you can do characters like... Denny was pretty good. Denny was my first playthrough and I didn't find it hard. The script. Oh yeah, I'll talk about the script for a second, but this game seems well written. The story's well written, well thought out. The side quests, the lost and found, but the dialogue scripts. Now, like it's got like a standard dialogue, right? For every character. Every character will say the same thing in their way, their voice, their accent. But then it seems like each character has a few lines that adds to the standard script. So like, Danny I think is pretty stock standard, but because she's Irish, you get the standard dialogue script, but with her Irish accent, and sometimes it might be, you might not get everything she says. I found when I was playing Ryan on my second playthrough that there were things because Ryan's your typical American hero sort of character. That's that voice, and so he was easy to understand. And I heard lines that I thought I haven't heard before, but Denny would have said it. It's just Denny would have said it in that Irish accent. It's a thick Irish accent, and I probably would have missed it. But I love Denny's Irish accent. It was fantastic. Ryan was your typical American hero that like real good voice. I don't know if Nolan North voiced him. I don't think Nolan North was involved in the game, but it was like a Nathan Drake-esque voice. Nathan Drake-esque voice. So that was good. And then Amy's like probably a young lady's voice. There's not much to it. She's an Asian American, so it's that kind of, and they've done well with the voice. They haven't just like made a character that's like Asian American and put this voice on it. Like it sounds like what you'd expect, but playing as Amy, it sounds like, yes, there's a standard dialogue, and the standard dialogue in her voice sounds great, but she seems like she's got quite a few of her own like dialogue that's added into the standard dialogue, some replacing some of the standard dialogue. So like I reckon she has said things that the other two characters I've played as haven't said yet, and it will be in the standard times. But like say Denny and Ryan with the standard dialogue, like said something, and but in this spot as Amy said something completely different, but it was fantastic. Like based on the three of them, and I've enjoyed all three in their own charm. But I've enjoyed Amy's dialogue more. Like the way she says it, it's how she says it, and I reckon they've added in her own dialogue into the standard script, and it's just fantastic. I reckon she's got one of the best dialogue scripts in the game. So I'm really having a blast with Amy on my third playthrough. I think she's the youngest Slayer. I think. As far as I know, I think she'd probably be, I think she's estimated around like 19, 20, 21, Amy. But yeah, she's cool, she's sassy, she's badass, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I reckon Dambuster Studios have done a really good job with Dead Island 2. If you haven't played it yet, I recommend it. If you've played it, you know you've noted what I've said. Let me know if you've enjoyed it. And let me know your thoughts. If you haven't played it, you're on the fence. I recommend it. If you don't like it, fair enough. That's okay. If you don't want to play it, yeah, fair enough. Let me know why. I'm just naturally curious, but that's fine. But yeah, it's a pretty good zombie game. And I think I liked Dying Light 1 and 2. But in terms of comparing like zombie games, like Dying Light 1 and 2 was very serious, very dark, and there was a lot involved. And it's not that I didn't like it. I enjoyed my time in both of the games, in both of those games. But I think I've enjoyed Dead Island 2 a lot more, and it's more fun than Dying Light 1 and 2. It's not as dark, but I've enjoyed the flash system. Like it's gory, but it's sort of fun gory. Like it's the flash system is like like you whack a zombie, you see the rib cage, you see the skin coming off. You know, you see blood oozing out, you see the heart, you see the brain. If you whack the head, you've taken skin off, you see that, you see the brain just there. Like it's cool sort of gory stuff. And yeah, it's not dark. It has a laugh. It's fun, and I've enjoyed that. I enjoy that more than Dying Light 1 and 2. Like they were fun games. I enjoy them, and it's a good difference. So I'm not trying to I sort of disrespect the game or anything, but I'm highlighting, I suppose, as much as that game was good as well as Dead Island 2, I want to highlight a difference. Like sometimes that real dark feeling that Dead Island 1 and 2 has, as opposed to like a bit more of a fun, light feeling, but it still has gore in it that Dead Island 2 has. It can really make a difference between sort of the two ways a zombie game can be played. And I've got to say I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So this wraps up the video, I think. I think I've talked about everything I wanted to. But Dead Island 2, thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. I loved it, and I'm going to keep playing it, and I'm looking forward to the expansions. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a like, follow or subscribe to my YouTube for more of this kind of stuff. And until next time, be yourself, have fun, and enjoy life. Thanks.